Hello, my people. Good day to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every single day to listen to me on Daily Mind Shift. My name is Michael Ojola from Mindset Transformation Africa. And in today's episode, I want to talk about arguments. Let me anchor today's episode on this statement. I want you to get over winning arguments, and you will win people over today. Ask yourself, do I have a predisposition to be offended? I want you to get over winning arguments, and you will be able to win people over today. Ask yourself, do I have a predisposition to be offended? The first line hits hard, and I'm talking from my truth because I have this tendency to win arguments. And I've discovered that you can win the argument and lose the person. And that it's also something that has affected some portion of my life. Do you understand me? So I want you to learn from me. Because most of us cannot rest until we have won. And that one is in quote. Yet in the pursuit of being right, we often end up getting less. We get fewer relationships, quality ones, less understanding, less connection. And that is the thought process that I want you to shift your mind about today. Do you have a predisposition to always be offended? Winning an argument delivers an emotion of satisfaction. All right, you feel good, but I think it costs more. You feel validated, you feel smarter, you feel in control. But what are you possibly losing in that particular exchange, in the trade? What are you losing? Relationship warmth, trust repairable only over time, walkaways to future connection. See, so many lost hearts and closed doors happened because someone refused to lose an argument, only one argument. See, this is a fact that I want you to go with today. Words will fade, but feelings do not fade. The words that you say will fade, but the feelings that they feel will not. You might win on paper, but you will lose in practice. You're wrong. Actually, you forgot. That's just emotionally motivated, not logical. See, the other person don't always walk away thinking, I need to study more. Most times they walk away thinking, that guy don't respect me. And I'm talking from experience. I've had these interactions with people and they walk away thinking Mike doesn't respect me. All right, Mike is rude. Mike is proud. Do you understand? So I'm bringing this to your table so that you can also learn. Truth communicated without tenderness becomes a weapon. And believe me, I know how to use this. But it's not always good. It has cost me more than it gave me. Truth communicated without tenderness becomes a weapon, but truth with care will build bridges. It's important for you to understand that you need to ask yourself this. Do I have a predisposition to be offended? What if someone disagrees with me? Do I feel defensive? Do I feel defensive? What if someone criticizes me? Do I feel attacked? If you feel defensive and you feel attacked, that means you have a predisposition to be offended. You've created so much bubbles around you that you take offense at anything. You are easily offended. You are easily offended. So you need to ask yourself, when someone disagrees with me, do I feel defensive? When someone criticizes me, do I feel attacked? If so, that particular predisposition may be triggering relational breakdowns that you don't even see. See, we all carry default reactions, but honoring our feelings without letting those feelings hijack our actions, that is how we become emotionally mature, not emotionally explosive. You need to care more about connection than correctness. I want you to picture these two versions of the same dialogue, of the same communication. Version 1 is you enter to correct or win, and that will create tension. Now, version 2 is you enter, you are curious, you are caring, even if you believe they are wrong. Which version do you think will spark conversation? Which version do you think creates openness? See, winning might show you're smart, It might show your intellect. But I believe connecting will show your heart. Where it's important for you to prioritize, all right? Do you want people to know you're smart, or do you want to connect with them? All right, do you want them to know that you genuinely care about them? You are genuinely curious about what is happening around them. We are in this world to build trust, not tension. And when you notice your instinct is to prove rather than to understand, it can change everything for you. The problem is we don't notice. Do you understand? When I'm arguing with people, before now I'm better, I'm growing now. When I'm arguing with them, it's more about me thinking, let me prove to you that you're wrong. I know this. And for real, I might be right. Most times, I have data to support my claim. But at the end of the day, you just prove yourself, and then you will not understand where the person is coming from. That person just wants to talk to you, all right? Sometimes they just want they want to sound you out. They want to feel validated. They want to feel heard. But you're just trying to prove yourself. But when you notice that your instinct is to prove yourself rather than to understand, it changes everything. It changes everything. When winning becomes your default, you risk being known as the argument winner. Oh, yeah, we can give you congratulations for that. But you might also be known as a relational Steve. You might be known as somebody that they cannot work with. I've received that comment 2019, 2020. That was the comment I received at work. That's it, Mike, you're good. You can perform, but they said you're difficult to work with. Top management said they cannot work with you. And that hurts me. All right? That hurts my ego, hurts my pride, and eventually it stunted my growth in my company because the decision maker said they cannot work with me. Do you understand me? So you need to learn so that you don't get into your workplace or your relationship and then you become that. Do you get? You become that type of person that they don't want to work with and you are too difficult to work with, even though you're smart, even though you're intelligent, even though you're hardworking, but you're just difficult to work with. It will stunt your growth. So learn from me, learn from my mistakes and be better. So, but if connection is your aim, you can be wrong and be wise at the same time. You can lose an argument and still you leave space for future dialogue. You are not a victim if someone disagrees with you. They are simply not you. They disagree with you. They have a right to disagree with you. So letting go of winning will give you peace because you know you are no longer chasing any form of validation. You know that you carry value. You know the value you carry. So you are no more chasing any form of validation. You are now at peace with yourself. And this is what I've discovered after I've simmered down and all that. Real respect doesn't need you to be reinforcing it. If you need to always prove yourself, that means you are not set in your value. You don't know how valuable you are. Solid relationships don't operate on power plays. They operate on respect. And I believe real respect doesn't beg. It doesn't demand. It just lives with integrity. You know who you are. You don't need applause from every corner. You are rooted in yourself. That peace-rooted confidence lets you shift from winning argument to winning people. To winning people. See, what if your next disagreement started like this? Help me understand your view. That is interesting. What led to you here? I think differently. Here's why. But I want you to hear your side. See, when you are starting conversation with those type of statements, that is not weakness. That is listening. You are listening like a leader. It's not conceding. It is singing. Choosing clarity over combat will open doors for you. It invites connection. It turns arguments into conversations. It turns arguments into conversations. You don't have to be right for you to be relatable. All right? You don't have to be right for you to be relatable. And that is a secret I want you to learn. Some of the most influential people are not the smartest in the room. They are only the most empathetic ones. The ones who listen more than they lecture. You need to you need to give room to connect. Give room to learn. Give room to grow. And when you win heart, your rightness becomes secondary. Let me close with this today. Relationships are not trophies that you need to win. They are worth investing in. Winning an argument makes you to lose connection. Winning people wins you impact. So I want you to ask yourself, do I need to be right